Talk to your pro, because if you're a flipper, you want your pro to suggest something with 11 degrees, maybe even 10 degrees, because when you flip the club, you're adding bounce to it. Now, if you're a holder, like I am, then you can play with a lot of bounce, simply because you're holding the club, but you're actually taking bounce off of it. It's very important, very important.
Can you show me a flip and a hold?
Yes, this is what we call, watch, this is what we call a flip. Watch your hand. One. That's a flip, okay? This is what we call a hold. Two differences. Same results, two differences.
Any good bunker players that were flippers?
Hard to think. So, I mean, it's very difficult for me. I don't know of any that were great players. Greg Norman was a great player, and he was almost a recoilist. You ever hear of a recoil? You ever notice him? He recoiled it. He went like this. Watch. He'd go like this. You see it recoil? That's how he played. Norman. It's the same as the holder, see?
It is.
Yeah. Very few people that were great bunker players, I think. Gary Player, holder. Best. Chi-Chi's a holder, but he's also a slider. See, Chi-Chi goes this way. You know, he slides across, but he's holding. He's not doing the flip. See, Gary Player, in my opinion, is probably he's probably one of the best. He's probably the best that in my era.
Do you remember when when he was, you say teaching you, refining your game, whatever?
Yeah, he taught me in '68.
Really? What, say one tip or one concept really grabbed you the most back then?
He's the one that told me that when you get into a bunker, make sure you get solid. Make sure you dig in, okay? Now, you have to be careful. Once you make that, you can't get up and start doing this because you're building a stance. You're going to get penalized. You got to be careful with that. So once you dig in, Gary always said, and he says you want all the weight left. He taught me to hit bunker shots. Watch, on one leg. He taught me on one leg, right here. That's how he taught me. He says, learn to hit bunker shots. He says, on one leg. There it is.
Still to come, more from Mahaffey. Bunker tips from Mike Reed.